everyone, this episode is brought to you by Preschool All-Stars, my exclusive membership community. As a member of Preschool All-Stars, you can unlock free access to Preschool University to help you on every step of your preschool journey. Here's a sample for you to enjoy. Today, we're going to learn the preschool teaching system, how to create engaging classrooms and inspiring curriculum. Go a little bit light on the teaching system because so much of it's already in the fundamentals preschool curriculum. We've got year 1, year 2, those manuals. We also, of course, have the greatest classrooms video. That's amazing. So I have that video that basically shows my preschool, my pre-K, and my kindergarten classrooms inside. You get to like walk around with me through the schoolhouse. We have those as well. And then I also if you look at the perfect sign-up formula, I actually have the entire schedule of my entire day, the whole schedule, because I'm sharing that schedule as I'm talking about like what we do in our preschool during our tour. So that's in there as well. A general schedule that I have, and I let my teachers choose their schedule. Like, it was really interesting actually when Becky and Jamie came to the summit. They're like, no, like our teachers do this and this is what we do and this is the curriculum they teach, and like they were so strong. They've been doing that for like 9 years. And I said, okay, but like how's that working out? Like, you guys seem really overwhelmed, because they were creating all the curriculum. They're having to make sure that like their teachers were totally prepped, and like their teacher literally would just walk in the door and just teach. Like, they'd just be handed the thing and just teach it, right? And I'm like, whoa, like your teacher's getting paid a lot of money to just show up, okay? And so what I do with my teachers, I'm like, I know I'm a great preschool teacher, but I know there's other great preschool teachers out there too. So I hire the best. We'll talk about this in the hiring system, but when I hire my teachers, I'm like, this is your thing, like you go for it. Here's a general schedule, and here's the goals that I want you to hit for the end of the year. So the complete preschool assessment toolkit, you have that, don't you? Love it? Love it, yes. The toolkit's amazing. And so it basically is like, here's what our goals are for the school year. And then I just tell them at the end of the year, here's what I do. I do a rating system. I'll kind of talk about the toolkit really quickly. I do a rating system, okay? It's called ESDM, Emerging, Sparked, Developing, and Mastering. Because here's the deal, like, you guys might see things on the internet like, what should a 4-year-old know, right? Or what should a person know before they hit kindergarten? And I'm like, cool, but like, where did they actually come into the preschool year? That's completely, I mean, you guys know as preschool teacher, right? Like, you know, if you got a kiddo who's 4 years old and they don't know a lick of their letters, they don't know a single letter, you're going to be hard pressed to get them knowing 26 letters by the end of the school year. You can't make that jump in 2.5 hours, okay? Maybe if you had a full-time childcare, maybe like full-time you could, but like, no. If they're with me for 2 days and they don't know a single letter at the beginning and they only have 1 year with me, I'm not hitting that whole thing. Like, I can't promise that. It's just developmental, okay? And so what I do know though is I can get them one step. And so I'm basically like, all right, emerging. They don't even know it's a letter. They're like, circle, O, like 0, like they don't know what a letter is, okay? That's like emerging. Emerging, honestly, I would probably call it L for latent, but that sounds a little bit bad to a parent. Like, and so to me, it's latent. It's like, it's not there. The skill is not there, okay? That's more like a 2-year-old coming into my preschool, right? Like, the skill is just not there of what I'm expecting. But I'll call it E because we'll make it sound a little bit better for a parent. S is really what I'm looking for. S is sparked. You know, oh, the eyes are open. There's squares, there's rectangles. Like, that's blue, that's green. Like, and they're starting to like name things, right? They're starting to like see things around them. That would be sparked. Like, they're excited about something. Okay. D for developing. That means, whoa. They got it, they're moving forward, they haven't mastered it, they're about halfway there probably. That's D for developing. And then M for mastered, of course, is like, yeah, they're ready. Like, maybe they don't know like all 26, but they know 24, right? They're like mastering is why I use that word, mastering. They're right there, they're so close, okay? And so I know that I can get a kiddo in one preschool year with 2 or 3 day class. If they're a 5, it's totally different. I might be able to jump them 2, okay? But a 2 or 3 day class, I know I can get them 1 level. Right? So if they're sparked and they know like maybe 2 letters, then I can get them probably to about the 15 to 20 mark, okay? If they're already developing where they know probably 10 to 15, then I can probably get them to right near almost all 26, okay? But and so that really helped me and my teachers speak the same language, okay? Like, and also know how to like assess the same, many different kids, like, but all the same way. so that I'm not like clueless, like how do I assess these kids, right? Like, and I think when I first started, it was a huge learning curve. Actually, Heather, I want to pass this over to you really quick. Anyone else a preschool teacher that taught preschool anywhere? Krista?
I've taught in the past, but not
Perfect.
elementary.
Elementary, perfect. Any preschool? Okay, go for it. No?
So when I've done assessments before, it was really hard for me to like figure out how to show growth, you know, and to like send that home with the kids. And I bought your assessment thing. Yeah. And it's been really cool just to use the different language that emerging sparked, you know, just different things. It's been awesome. So I've loved that.
Oh, awesome. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come back to the question when I figure it out. Okay. Okay, so like a general schedule though, when I'm having the teacher and I'm like, I want you to get to one level. So when you assess your kids, and we're all speaking the same language about what, where they're at, and I have the ESDM in every target, like, you know, social, emotional, you know, physical, cognitive. I have all of the math skills, the writing, the reading, everything, right? Pencil grip, everything. And so then I'm like, based on how they hold their pencil, that's an ES or D or M, right? Like how they, how many letters they know, how many colors, based on if they can do one-to-one correspondence, like all these things, it corresponds with like an ES or a D or M. So then therefore the teacher, when they're assessing in September, they're like, okay, here's this kid, and I know that in this skill, they're an S. That teacher can feel confident they need to get them to the D. They know what the next target is, right? And you guys would know too. When I was first starting, I didn't know all of this. Like, I didn't have the early childhood education degree. I didn't have the background. It was like, I'm a mom and I want to support my kids and I love teaching preschool, but like, that was really, really new to me. And so just being able to like get all the education, kind of like, but as I was trying to figure out, like, how do you assess kids? I went through this thing of like, okay, here's some daycare assessments, right? Like, if you had kids all day long, you could do this assessment with them because it was gigantic, right? It's like, only do observation, right? Like, if you're going like NIAC world, right? Like, they'd say, only observe. That's how you do the correct assessment, right? And I'd say, that's awesome. If I had 8 hours a day with that kid, I could assess that, all 12 of them or all however many of them. However, I have them for 2.5 hours and some of them don't even come. Like, you know, like you'll get, they're gone for vacation or whatever, right? And I got like a window of a month, like, and so I was able to figure out the solution of like, after many, many years of figuring out like developmental goals and all these different things and really just learning developmental, just the developmental like continuum. I call it the developmental continuum, like how far can I get a kiddo in 2 to 3 days? And then therefore I'm speaking the same language to parents. So when we're at a conference, right, and I can show, this is really, really cool. It's not this, but it would be like this. But it'd be like, here's all my thing that I've assessed the child on. And we've got all these targets of social, emotional, you know, physical, cognitive, every little area. And over here I've got the rating scale, ESDM, right? And I'm like, can you imagine if you went to like Butterfly's preschool over here and they're like, yeah, your kid's doing good. You know, they know X amount of letters and we're counting and like, okay, cool. Like that's what you expect, right? You go into like a preschool conference with us and we're like, we have a sheet that like, we actually spend a lot of time assessing your kiddo and we know exactly where they're at and we know exactly how far we can get them. And we're a little bit nervous about this one area, right? Or, whoa, look at your kiddo. They're doing great. Here's how I'm going to continue challenging them in this area, right? And so conference-wise, parents are always kind of like blown away a bit just because we have so much data on their child that we can like really like help our own teaching throughout the year, okay? So a general schedule is, I'm going way back, but a general schedule that I like to do that I tell my teachers, you can change the schedule, do it however you like, but this is a general schedule we follow. The kids come in. It's like, you know, welcome time. It's basically taking off backpacks and coats and getting their names and maybe writing their names, things like that. But then we move to table time for fine motor activities. Now, this is where we kind of digress sometimes with preschool teachers. Because we'll say, like, my schedule that works for me is not going to work for all your kids, and it might not even work for that one specific class. Like, I might completely change it for just that one specific class because they can't handle table time, right? Like, we definitely have those kids. Like, we actually need to go from welcome straight into centers, okay? So, because we just need, there are 3, right, or something. But we found that this one works pretty well if we do it pretty well. At table time, we're working on fine motor, things like Play-Doh, cutting, gluing, manipulatives, anything we can really strengthen our hand muscles with. And super kinesthetic, sensory-based, fun, okay? Do not do worksheets, please. Like, they're not developmentally appropriate. Don't do worksheets. Like, if you want to start touching worksheets when they're 4.5 to almost kindergarten age, and they're like crazy advanced, and they've got that pencil grip mastered, awesome. You know, you can do one or something like that for that one child or something to like help to develop the, you know, the pencil skills and everything. But like, it's not a school-wide thing. Like, just don't do it. So it's more based on like, this one child is mastered on everything, and we're going to continue helping him in that area, right? Because we can write our letters in so many other fun ways. We don't have to do worksheets, yeah? Like, just wrote worksheets. Also, I had a great question. Rita asked me the other day, she said, do you send homework to your kids? Like either homework or the work that they've done at school or something. I was like, there's usually not work to send home. Some preschools, they'll literally, oh, here's the 5 pages they did today, right? Like, you know, it's the worksheet paper. It's how like sometimes our old school teachers have done things. But that's like, I say no, because it's usually in art. Like, yeah, we'll send art home because like it'd fill up our preschool classroom. But other than that, everything we do at preschool is intangible. Like, it's nothing that I can really, I'll take pictures of it, you know, and I'll text a parent a picture, but it's very intangible. So I say no, because also parents kind of get trained like, oh, well, what did my kid do today if there's no papers in his hand? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, are you kidding me? So I just no, we don't go there. There's no papers getting sent home. Sometimes you'll do what I call, or we'll go into this in a little bit, but handwriting without tears curriculum. Sometimes you'll maybe do that for your like later 4s or something who's really mastered things. And they do have like an actual workbook type of thing, but I keep that at school. And then we might show at conference time, and we'll send it home at the end of the year or when they're finished, right? But it's definitely not every day, because I try to train my parents. The activities at preschool alone, right? That's the teaching, that's the play. That is like, it's the play they learn through play. So back to it. Welcome table time. Then we go into circle time. Again, when you've got your 3s, when you're starting out preschool, it's your very first preschool experience, you have to keep it short, like 5-10 minutes max, right? Some, you might have and it all depends on your group. You might have a really advanced group that's just like super cool and super engaged, and you can keep doing more fun stuff. But I definitely start with 5 to 10 minutes max. Always have something for the little ones who really struggle, like some kind of like cozy little thing. I love the Beanie Babies. Those are just my preferred pick. You know, we have a bucket of Beanie Babies. Choose your Beanie Baby, find your spot, and then now, but guess what? If the Beanie Baby touches a friend, or if the Beanie Baby goes up in the air, you know, then we lost the Beanie Baby, because he really needs to be held close to you, right? Like, he's your close little friend. And so it's just one little thing to kind of keep their hands, if they need to have that little fidget, or I don't know, keep them grounded while they're trying to listen or engage. And I love this too. We talked about this last time, which was basically, if we're doing any kind of story, have it be an interactive story, right? So if we're doing, let's see, Pete the cat, right? You know, Pete the cat walking down the street, steps in something red or something, right? What can you have that is red? What can that kid step in? How can that kid represent red or whatever, right? Like, how can that kid represent white? Whether it's, I don't even know, like, you can have bean bags that are different colors. You can have, literally, you can cut out the pictures and laminate them if you want to keep doing these things, and everybody can hold something. They can stand up, they can put it on a, what do you call these things? Felt board. I have never used a felt board, because I just kind of gotten the idea, like, I just be cutting a lot of pieces of felt. I just never did. But you can go find people who've done these things and just buy them. Yes, that is helpful.
Little magnets on the back.
I love it.
Cut, you know, the thing of magnets. You
Yeah,
can buy? Yeah,
perfect. That's good. So yeah, you know, super interactive, just to keep the kids engaged, because circle time is not teacher speaking and child just listening. Like, they don't learn that way. Okay, so any way that we can get them engaged, and then sharing with each other, right? Like, have them come up and have them like just active and all that good stuff. So that's circle time, and the whole teaching system goes deep into that stuff. So we're not gonna, we're just touching the top right now. But centers is huge, guys. And I always called it free play back in the day, you know, it's like, oh, everything's open. And then I did an amazing thing. I bought the creative curriculum. Who is familiar with creative curriculum? Please, if you're not, go buy the book. It is like $50. It is amazing. Creative curriculum. It's by a company called Teaching Strategies, I believe, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, creative curriculum is all you need to know. Go on Amazon, Google it, and it's $50, and it's the blue cover.
and it's the thick one. You're gonna see creative curriculum with like 6 or 8 different like little bitty manuals. Don't buy those. Those are like $600. I don't know why, but just literally the one that's about this thick. It's a purplish blue cover, and it is everything you need to know about child development, about how to set up your classroom for centers. Like there's your dramatic play, there's your music center, there's your sensory, there's your water play, there's your arts and crafts, there's your everything.
Oh my goodness, wasn't that amazing? Now, sorry we had to cut that off early, but I hope you've enjoyed this sample training. Now, if you'd like to unlock the rest for free inside Preschool University, then I invite you to join Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.